Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to Lady K Chat, a podcast that is designed for men and women to become better versions of themselves, which is broadcast every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Various subjects will be spoken upon, such as relationships, health and wellness, personal development, wealth building, children, and so much more. She is a 2-time Amazon best-selling author, an international speaker and life coach. She is Lady K. And now for your host, Lady K.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lady K Chat podcast. You are here with your favorite host, Lady K, and I would just like to thank you for being with me on this Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Tonight's show is sponsored by Lady K Enterprises, where they help family and businesses help their financial needs and goals. So if you see that website right above, how to get to that website, click that Linktree link and click www.ladykenterprises.com so they can help you with your needs. But today I want to tell you this topic is called Boss Ladies, because we are boss ladies of the 21st century. In order for us to get here, we had plenty of women that paved the way for us. But before I get there, I just would like to introduce this beautiful lady who's here with me tonight. Everyone help give a round of applause to Miss Stefani Johnson, who is called also AKA Bling. I hope I didn't mess that up, Stefani, but thank you and welcome for being with me tonight.
Absolutely. I am so happy to be here because this is such a strong subject and important subject to talk about. So I appreciate you. You're doing great things, and this is exactly what it's about. And so I'm happy to be here and kind of talk through the subject matter because I think it's important for women today. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It is important, Stefani. Just like I said, the women of the 21st century, we are thriving. But before we can even get to this place, a couple of months ago, back in February, at the end of it, because I was Black History Month, I touched base on Ida B. Wells and another young lady, and I was just talking about how there was this big advocates for women, and they did so much for us. They just made a way for us. And this is why today we can do the things that we can do, and we can accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. Because one of the things that I said right now, we are being in charge and we're dominating business, but I got to give credit when credit is due. And for you, young lady, I watched you came into the sistership, and shout out to the Tiffany Cole and the sistership. Yeah. I watched you came in a short period of time and help your sister out in this transition just to move and do something. So I appreciate that on your behalf, Stefani, because again, you came in, you dominated, you saw what needed to be done, and you just did you. And there's a lot of women out there are just doing that. So I just appreciate how we just say, let me grab my sister by the hand and say, I got you.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what Ida B. Wells did. She said, you know what? You're not gonna run me out my hometown. They tried to, but she still was an advocate and still put it out there that, you know what, you're not gonna treat a woman like this, especially Black women, and make it seem like we don't have a voice, because we do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you know what? And this kind of goes to some discussion we had previously, is that, to be a woman of substance, of power, of being able to kind of pave the way for others. Like she said, I think it's important for us as women that we help other women to be those empowered individuals to progress in life, because success is not just about money. It's about helping your sister grow as well. If you can transcend that to others and show them how it's done, then that is a gift in itself. That is
Absolutely.
Your success. And that's where I think it's important. And, thank you for that, because me personally, it's about helping others. Yes, I have a business. Yes, it's important to me. Yes, I want to make money. Of course we do. But at the same token, we have to help others to know what it takes to get there. And
Absolutely.
we have to lend our hand and support to everyone who's trying to do something, and that's so important to me, because without that, really, what substance do you have about you? You know what I'm saying? What really drives
Absolutely.
you? So
Absolutely.
that's important.
And also, too, just to piggyback off you, Stefani, as you talk about, you want to help people. I think people truly need to understand the concept, because people don't understand the psychology behind it at times.
Mm.
When you help others, you help meet your own personal goals.
Absolutely.
And people don't get that, because they, like you said, they get into that me mode. But guess what? When it depends how it comes back, because it all comes back in different ways and form. When you put it out there and you help your sister in need, then the blessing comes back to you, because somebody say, hey, I saw your work. I thought this was beautiful. Oh, I recognize you. Yeah. Oh, I love the way you bring yourself, sis. And that's another thing too, on how you brand yourself. What are the core values that you are putting within yourself and in your company? I think that right there, that speaks a lot of volume as well too, on the branding part.
That's important. You actually hit it on the head. Branding. And you know what? I was thinking about branding this morning, because
funny.
You know what? I'm telling you, we're vibing, because this morning I literally I talk to myself. Yes, I do. Because branding, okay, because all our ideas, we have to talk to ourselves. We kind of like, have our back and forth debate with myself. But branding is important, because that is what you put out into the world. Your brand, you are your brand. At the end of the day, you are your brand. So what you put out into the world is what people see. And again, it's that humbleness, it's that coming forward and really saying to yourself, what is it that you want people to see about you? What is it that you want people to see about you? What is it that is important to you and that you want people to know about you? And I feel that we as women sometimes are very guarded. And I can totally understand that, because there's so much out there that, impedes our ability or stops us from being very open, and being guarded all the time. But I feel that sometimes we have to kind of weave our way through those scenarios and say, you know what, I'm going to put it all out there, because this is who I am. I'm not going to allow somebody else to dictate who Stefania is, right? I mean, I need to show people who I really am, not what people think I am. So, because perception sometimes is the rule, right? So how people perceive you is exactly how people are going to, remember you or think about who you are as a person and as a brand. So it's very important to brand yourself appropriately based on who you want to be and who you show people to be and how you want them to receive you.
Right. Absolutely. I'm going to piggyback off you, but I'm going to rewind a little bit, because you said something about is how you brand yourself, and how women, we was kind of forced to do certain things. And it's like, but now that we're in this time, it's like, we don't have to do that anymore, because now we're educated. Now we know. Now we're picking up on the men tricks. Just like, they've been doing this for a long time. Like, perfect example, like with some women, I was reading this article the other day that there was this young lady, she was in business, right? Mm-hmm. And the husband, it's sad to say this, kind of like the husband pimped her, because the husband made her 51% owner. And you know why? Because they get special grants and special money for stuff like that. And it's like, oh, see, y'all knew the rule, but we didn't know the rule. And then I'm going to kick it up a notch with a lot of women that we do. Like, we see certain things that we want to get into. And so I'm just saying it, for example, you say Mary Kay, right? This person sell Mary Kay. But instead of putting Mary Kay name out there, won't you bring yourself that, why you chose this company, not why the company chose you, because you choose the company. So what is it that you like? Do you like their core values? So then you say to yourself, well, I am a person, and I want to help women feel beautiful. You see what I'm saying? That was the core thing. You want women to feel beautiful. You want women to feel confident about themselves, not taking their name and say, oh, let me brand their name. No, their name is already big. It's for you to put yourself in position and brand yourself. And I think I teach that to a lot of women, like, stop giving, feed to that particular company. And there's nothing wrong with having those companies as your vendors and your background.
Exactly.
Typically, it's about you.
Right.
And how, like you just said, how you want to design yourself to the world.
Absolutely. You know what? You hit the nail on the head because, again, for me, I'm with a specific company, right? But at the same token, I use that as a stepping stone because I did love their core values. I love the fact that they are enabling women to be successful. It was a business that two sisters started many years ago, over 10 years ago, and it helped so many different women to grow because they saw something in their brand, and now it's allowed us as women to brand ourselves and take that as a stepping stone to brand us. So my business is not, yes, I'm selling for a vendor, but I'm branding me at the end. You know what I'm saying? I'm branding who I am, and they encourage their consultants to brand themselves, to be, the lever for women to know that they can do more than what they're told they can do. You have to brand yourself, and you have to allow that to build others into the organization. That's why you get women joining, because they watch you and they say, you know what? Oh my God, I want to do that too. And I want to feel confident, and I want to feel beautiful, and I want to be able to make some money as well. But again, it all is you, the person who's selling to that individual. You're selling inspiration. You're selling opportunity. You're selling and it's not fake selling. It is the real deal, because you're putting your face out there and you're showing people what you're doing. So that's really important. So you hit the nail on the head when it comes to that, because it is important for women to do that, to feel inspired and show that to others.
Absolutely. You said something profound. You talk about selling. So I kind of want to go back to the mind frame, the mindset, because a lot of people are like, oh, that's considered network marketing.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but hold on. I have to tell you something. Newsflash. When Popeyes came out with that chicken, you taste the chicken and you love that chicken, you ran and you told your sister, your cousin, your brother, whoever, right? And guess what? They went and then they told their friends. That's not what marketing right there. It's all about your perception. But I think what I want to help women is get out that mode. I don't want to do that. You do that on a regular basis. You just referred 100 people that wasn't in your personal network. It was because you referred the first 10 and they did 10, and you didn't even get paid. Did Popeyes pay you for that referral? No. So I need to stop women in their track when they be like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's a pyramid. Correction. The pyramid is one of the biggest and strongest structure and everything in business and in your family, everything. So there's a difference between a pyramid and a pyramid scheme. So again, I just want us to come here and just give the correct tools and knowledge to these ladies, who want to go out there, but sometimes they're scared, and and a lot of times too, it is stems from fear.
Yeah.
We feel like we're not great enough. Like you just told me, those two sisters came up with a concept to sell $5 jewelry. It's like, who would think that? But you like the concept and you took it and ran with it. So guess what?
Yes.
You can have your same ability, because, I'm sure, they always say, oh, the CEO or the president wants to kill at the top. Why not? When you have the leverage, and that's the thing too, the leverage of others putting in the work. You don't have to do it all by yourself, because guess what? At one point too, all the weight was on us, where the woman had to do everything. The woman had to cook. The woman had to clean. The woman had to do everything. We are in a zone now where you don't have to. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I got 2 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't always want to cook. And that little 5-year-old, he's a firecracker. I said, he need a nanny. So that's what my goal is. My goal is not to do it all. My goal is not to take him to his piano lessons and to do all of that and to work a 9 to 5 and then come home and cook. I'm too tired for that. My goal is, I said, you know what? I want to make sure the next month I have a nanny for him to take him to his lessons, because mommy's going to be working. But then I specifically said that's only work, because when I work and I come home, then I will be mommy. But mommy's not going to come home exhausted, because, again, that's what we're used to. Because at the end of the day, I forgot this young lady named, and she's a beautiful lady. She put it into perspective how we wasn't in the 14th Amendment. And she challenged the 14th
Yes.
Amendment because she went to school to be a lawyer. And her name is going to come.
You know what? I know. I was
you know
watching
who I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about because,
right.
Oh man, it's killing me too.
It was pretty much saying that we were supposed to be barefooted. They didn't even look at us as human beings.
As human beings.
They just look at us as to, bear the child and have the child. But then they didn't want the woman to work. And that's why it was so important. I forgot the era. That's when the factories start coming out. And when the factories came out and women were working, you don't understand how women work so hard so they can work. It had nothing to do that they didn't want to be a mother. They didn't want to be a wife. It's that you're bigger than a mother. You're bigger than a wife. That's why I tell women all the time, listen, there is nothing wrong to say that you love your children and you love your husband, but who are you outside of them? And guess what? At one point in time, I lost my identity because I was a wife. And I didn't even know who I was no more because I was just being a wife and I was just being a mom. And I said, Dad, what happened to Kalima? Where are you going? So I've been there and I've done it and I understand that is some of the disadvantages that we go through. So again, moms or, wives or whoever you are as a woman, do not let those titles confine you because you are more than that.
Right. And it's not that you can't do that and then some. That's the misconception that and some people put themselves in a box, right? They just say, I'm mother, wife, this, I can't do that. And I can't do, how many excuses I hear from women, even in the business that I'm in, that say, I can't do that because, I got to do this and I got to do that. There's so much flexibility that if you really have a drive and a passion and a want and a fire in your soul to do for you need to take that and move forward. Like, stop hindering yourself from being who you want to be outside of just the titles of common day, in and out, day in and out responsibilities. Because we all have responsibilities. Absolutely. You have, children. I don't. So I'm, for me, I don't have the children responsibility, but there's other things. I have a career still going on. I have a business on the side. I do the radio. I mean, there's so much I'm doing because for me, it's about expanding myself and my mindset because I want to do more. I want to, I want to help others. I want to be able to be a tool for others, and we as women have to stop putting ourselves in boxes and stop saying what we can't do because we can do anything we want to do. It's just the question is, do you have the drive and passion to do it? Because I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. That old saying still stands true. I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make them drink. You got to want to drink that water.
Right. I'm going to piggyback. Serena Williams, right? As you can know right now, she's still playing. But, there's a lot of heat on her. Say, why is she still playing?
Yeah.
Why is she still playing? Because she still have the passion for it. Because somebody mentioned, she got money. She got a husband. She going to stay home and pop babies. But see, that's not the ending goal. The ending goal is not for her to stay home and pop out babies. I'm sure she can do that if she wants to, but that's not what she wants. Like me, I keep laughing at myself because I love to work. I said, I'm going to be one of those ladies that's going to be 80, 90 years old, still working because it's in my blood. I can't help it. I can't sit down and just not do nothing. I'll be like, no, I got to do something. Is it because that's just me. That's just a part of me. So, when you have that burning desire, like you said, you don't just stop there. And I know a lot of women, they want to go out there and they want to flourish, but they're like, again, like I said, they have that fear in them. And there's a lot of things that's going on. It can be like the people that's around you telling you, oh, that's your dream. That dream is stupid. No dream is too small. Who cares who wants it? I had a girlfriend one day told me, I can't remember exactly what it was. She said, I thought about something one day. She said, look, now it's on TV and now it's everywhere and everyone's doing it. She said, and I never touched it. I never did anything. And I said, see,
what?
That could have been part of you. That could have been part of, you don't have to dominate the whole industry, but what if you had 5% of the industry and the industry was $1 trillion industry? That's the mindset that you need to have. And again, women come out the mindset, I have to do it by myself. No, you have to understand the power of leverage. Yes. When you have a team, when people go, I don't want to go out there and talk. Well, how do you know one of your friends is not looking for an opportunity and because you're holding on to something and you don't want to share it, they stay those stuff, but they need you because you are the key to help them.
Right.
Not realizing that.
Right.
God put something in you and you still being still because of what other people are saying and you're afraid of judgment. No.
Stop. This is what irritates me the most, and I'm going to be very frank. It annoys me to no end when people feel that, again, that negative energy around you of what you can't do and what you shouldn't do because it's so popular, it's out there, everybody's doing it. Guess what? You're going to find a tribe. If you put yourself out there, you're going to find a tribe. There's money to be made.
Absolutely.
No matter what. Stop thinking about what others are doing and start focusing on what you need to do. If that's what you want to do and you have a passion and drive for it, do it. Stop worrying about everybody else. This is the problem. We worry about what other people think, the judgment that's out there, or who's telling you not to do it because it's out there and everybody's doing it. So what?
Right.
You're going to be part of that. And you know what's going to happen? That individual who stopped you from doing it or said you couldn't do it, or because, everybody else is doing it and you become successful, it's because of the energy you put out to others. It's because of the tribe that you end up finding because they like you and they want to do business with you. Again, it goes back to you as an individual and what you want to brand yourself and how you want to brand yourself and how you want people to know who you are so that they can come and shop from you, right? Rather than, because let me tell you, there's so many people out in this country, millions, right? Millions.
Right.
Believe me, there's money to be made. Stop worrying about what other people are telling you and stopping you from living your dreams because of other negativity or fear of starting because you're afraid of failure. That's the biggest fear. It's afraid of failure.
Afraid of failure.
Lady K.